Hey, what's going on, guys and gals? Dan the Man coming at you from the 60s Rule Channel. And yeah, we got a final today on the motorcycle group build hosted by these two dudes over here. We got Jamie G Scale Model Garage, and we got Cliff over there at the GA Mechanics Scale Modeling. And I want to thank both of these guys for hosting this. This is my first time actually participating in this group build, and I'll tell you guys, I had a blast, man. I really did. Um, Unfortunately, I couldn't do one last year. I really didn't have a motorcycle that would fit that group build. But I got something this year, and I asked Cliff and Jamie. I said it's really not a racing bike, but can I use it? And he said, well, as long as it's got a number on it and a livery, it's a racing bike. And I said, cool, cool. All right, guys, I'll show you what I started with over here. We got this, it's a big box here. Let me push it back. This is the 1912 Henderson. And it's such a cool, I just love these, turn of the century, machines, man. They're really cool. This thing had a 4-cylinder in it, believe it or not. And I like anything that's got, that's unique and it's got historical significance to it, And believe it or not, this is the first bike, from what I read, that actually had a kickstand. So how about that, huh? All right, guys and gals, let me show you what I did. Let me see if I can slide this over. This thing is very small and very fragile. So let's slide this over here. Let's put the camera down a little bit. There we go. Can you guys see that? Let me see, I'm bringing it a little closer. The only thing keeping this thing up is that kickstand, believe it or not. So, yeah, she was really fun to do. Now, I bought this kit on eBay, and these Entex kits are getting very pricey. This kit's from 1984. And, they were going like 70, 80 bucks, but I got a good deal on this one over here. As you can see from the box that I just showed you, some water damage on it, and everything was in great shape. I mean, Entex did a great job. There was like no flash on these parts. I mean, like I said, they're very small and, tedious to put together, but it builds up very nice, And everything was sealed in a bag, but the only thing is, the only issue I had was that rear fender. Let me point it out to you right here. This rear fender was warped like a pretzel. So what I did was I put it in the old boiling water routine, and after 3 attempts I got it to be fairly straight, so that was good, and everything else fit fairly well on it, So let me see if I could spin this around. I hope it doesn't fall over. So this is actually the plaque I used. I had it in a show a couple weeks ago. And this is what I use for a display, And like I said, it was a lot of fun to put together, though, Let me see if I can take this off the stand. We'll get a little closer look at this guy over here. So, yeah, Cliff said, yeah, as long as I put a livery on. I don't know if you can see that. I wish I should have used decals that were maybe like a little lighter, but that says machine and speed. So that's my livery right there. And I believe they used some of these bikes in board track racing, back in the day. And I've seen a lot of bikes, these motorcycles that had white rubber tires on them. So my first attempt, I was kind of hasty. I just took the tires and I sprayed them right, and I said, hey, wait a minute, I got to stretch them over the rim. And they all cracked. I said, oh, man, what a knucklehead. So I stripped them all down, got them nice and clean, and I mounted them to the rims, and then very carefully hand-painted all those tires, right? I used Tamiya flat, and I think they came out really nice, so that was a better option. And I just love that engine. I used all different shades of metallics, metal colors, brass, gold, copper, just to give it some, realism there. That came out pretty nice. I really like that. And let me see if I could spin it around this way. Check out this side of the engine. Very careful. There's a little tail light there. Okay, don't fall over, guy. Yeah, taking some of these parts off the Spro was, oh man, I'm telling you, that was nerve-wracking. But you can see over here, we got the little sprocket and chain. We detailed that, little weathering going on there. And this jockey shifter, actually a piece, it's supposed to be a little bit longer there. A piece broke off there. I think it was about 1/8 of an inch, but still looks pretty good. See all the springs on the seat there? I'm telling you, the Entex did a great job over here. Then we got the old headlight there, and I think this is a kerosene. I think that's what they use, the kerosene to light the lamp. So that's a little kerosene tank over there. And I think there's a little valve on this side. I don't know well you can see it, but it's not, there it is right there. So that's a little valve over there. I guess that's how you would fill it. And, you know, the wheels turn on here too. They turn. But I'm really digging this kit, man. I'm telling you, you know, the detail, you know, and I like I said, guys, I like the historical significance, you know, of these bikes, you know. So there you go, guys. 1912 Henderson. Let me push it back a little bit there. And I might as well put this up too. I forgot about this. There we go. That actually came off the instruction sheet. So a little advertisement over there. All right, guys and gals, I think that's about it. And again, I want to thank Jamie G and my buddy Cliff over there for hosting this. I had a blast doing this. I'm definitely going to do it next year. All right, guys and gals, that's it. I'm out of here. Remember, ain't nothing to it but to do it. Take care, be safe, and keep on building.